Have it today instead.
Mate, if the Queen can...
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another stream from the AJR Motorsport Twitch. We are moments away from the second round of the Clio Championship with the VRCC. Round one was a bit fun, shall we say. There was a lot happening in a very short amount of time across all three races. Tonight we are at Mallory Park, covering Group A and Group C, as they're battling out against each other. Again, it's three races with 20 minutes qualifying. I don't know what the result of tonight's going to be, but I think Group A might be slightly faster than Group C. Group C obviously winning last week. Yeah, this is rather interesting. In terms of drivers, I will run through who is going to be with us tonight, or who is at least is on the list. So we have JP McKinley, Callum McGough, Glenn Reynolds, Adam Bent, Sibron Stoll, Kiki Mack, Mark Baker, Quentin Chavito, Drew White, and Rick Wales, all from Group A. You didn't see any of those guys last week. Hopefully this week we will see you all on circuit, and yeah, they'll obviously be going against Stefan Andre Gadju, Peter Zerdum, Dan Collins, Istvan Ivadi, Colin Dunn, Luke Wiggins, Greg Young, Jamie Buchanan, Bart Seneals, Nathan Birch, and Trev Hummer won't be with us. So yeah, we've got a decent grid there. It's going to be good fun. Obviously, Group A, you didn't see any of those guys. You won't be seeing any of the Group D guys tonight either, because they'll be racing against Group B, who we'll get to see next week. Yeah, we saw some fantastic driving up at the front from the Group C guys. Colin Dunn, Luke Wiggins, Greg Young, all up there in the fight. Yeah, but I've heard the Celtic Bromance guys of JP McKinley and Callum McGough are quite quick. We know that Mark Baker of AJ Motorsport is quite quick. Kiki Mack, obviously an AM champion, I think, for Celtic Bromance. Maybe pro champion, I'm not sure. But again, a very quick driver. And yeah, we've got some good names there. Glenn Reynolds, of course, won the AM Championship in the Group A just recently. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So with any luck, we might have a server or two on. This is just refreshing. We see 0 servers. This is all a fantastic start. There we go. So server 1 should have the guys on that we want. Adam Ben Kiki Mech. Yep, this is the one. So we're going to load up into Assetto Corsa, which is the platform we run most of our races on. Project Cars 2, Assetto Corsa, they're our main platforms in the VRCC. If you do get yourself on those platforms at any time and you feel like you want a bit of a challenge, come join us. Facebook.com/VRCC hub, as it says at the top. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting race. So, guys, send me a message. Let me know who's with us tonight, who's looking forward to some racing, and who's doing what in terms of supporting drivers, other people. So we have a qualifying session in progress, and I may just switch camera. There we go. So, Mallory Park circuit, I don't know very well. See if I can find anybody who's on circuit. There we go. So we do have a few drivers out. This looks like a Dunn Motorsport car. Number 19, Colin Dunn. Just on an outlet at the moment. Again, we will see times from everybody as they set their qualifying laps. In terms of practice, it's been very, very close up at the top. So we're seeing mid-52s from the fastest guys. Low 53s from those with good pace. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I am just as excited as you guys. It is absolutely out there as to what's going to happen. So here we are, short hairpin, extremely tight around there. As we're seeing times on the board at the moment, so we've got a 55.339 and a 56.855. So they're obviously out laps, as we're just watching Colin start his first time lap. And as he goes around, we'll switch to these guys out front. So this is Mark Baker, number 78, in the AJR Motorsport livery there, representing for the team on his own at the moment, because I'm out, can't race, and nobody else can commit the time with the VTCC happening. Again, that's very exciting at the front in both championships. Thank you very much for the follow. If I can find some Wi-Fi, I will tell you who that is. Fritz69, thank you very much for that follow. Really is appreciated. I believe we're not far now from hitting that magic 50. I'm very excited to get there. And as we are now 15 minutes into the session, and Mark Baker goes slightly faster, 53.5. So again, we might see that come down a little bit, as Birch, he was quick last time out. He just set a 53.6, so very close in times, as we've seen drivers darting about left, right and centre to get out of the way. Yeah, it's got a very oval feel as this circuit. And yeah, it's quite a difficult circuit for a lot of the drivers there. But hopefully it won't cause too many problems. Hopefully everyone manages just fine. And I'm just going to reset the chat client so that I can see what everybody's saying. If you just bear with me a minute, guys, because obviously tech's a load of fun to deal with at all times. There we go. It's been a while since that's reset. Dodgy Wi-Fi in this place. There we're seeing Nathan Birch, 53.9. Not quite quick enough for the top there. What's Luke doing? So Luke Wiggins... I know that's not bad. So again, I'm wanting to sort this out. So I want to know what you guys are saying, essentially. And I keep having to turn this phone because the... there we go. We'll just ask that to rotate. So Luke Wiggins is getting out of the way there. Who else have we got? Greg Young. He's just coming up on an out lap. Bart Niels. What's Colin doing? Colin was quite quick last time out. Colin was very quick last time out. And I am struggling to get this to turn around. Stream Elements will be back with us shortly. Right now we've got qualifying on. Colin Dunn now in second place. Baker's gone a little faster on a 53.152. But what's Birch going to do? Because Birch is quick, he's coming up. I think that lap might have been invalidated. So Mark is being followed by Colin. That could be a tactic. So Mark's slightly slower there, 52.4. Slightly slower from Colin on a 53.4 as well. That might be traffic. Something getting in the way of those guys. Who knows? We have Jamie Buchanan. Again, another Dunn Motorsport car there. Going faster. He is definitely going faster. That's 1/10 off. But that's 1/10 off his 53.8. So that might not pop him into that top 3. We will see as he's just coming around up towards the very tight hairpin here at Shaw's. We'll just see where this puts him. Whether or not we'll get another indication of how well he's doing before the line. Coming around Devil's Elbow now as they are coming up across the start finish straight, and the line is there. He's lost out in that last section, but Luke Wiggins has gone up into 4th place there. The 939 course car. Again, he is following the Dunn Motorsport car there, so obviously getting a good benchmark. And yeah, I'm having a look around to see what's happening on chat because I can't see your messages right now. Oh, Mark's just coming out of the pits for another fresh set of tyres. We've got Greg Young. He's done a 53.152 as his personal best, but I don't think that was valid because we've got him on a 53.3 at the moment. This is an outlap, so he's about to start his qualifying lap again. We've got 11 minutes on the clock. There is traffic ahead, so I don't know whether that's going to cause any problems at all, as both cars are off the circuit. Obviously not good for going fast. Colin is on a lap. And going quite quickly. I might have to see if I can get stream elements working, because I really want to chat with you guys. It's great being on stream and having such exciting racing, but you guys make the magic happen, you really do. And unfortunately, the screen just doesn't want to rotate. I'm trying to fix this, and we're seeing Colin Dunn's now on a lap, but we've got JP McKinley up in 4th place, coming up to the line now, stays in 4th. So we're seeing very tight times between 7th and 1st. There's 6/10ths in it. That's tight. That's really tight. So yeah, I can't keep my phone in landscape, so I might have to sort something else out in terms of stream elements while we've got this on, because we've got a 52.9 from Birch. Wow, son, wow. I did say that the really fast guys were setting 52s. I didn't know whether we'd see it under all the pressure, because it's a lot of pressure when you're on qualifying. There's no pressure like it. You want to set the best times you can, but obviously it doesn't always work out that way. Yes, we have Birch with Baker right behind. Birch isn't going faster at the moment. Baker's coming up to the line. Can Baker do anything about Birch? This looks quick. Not quick enough. Slower by 6/10ths. What about Young? Can Greg Young do anything about the top 2 drivers? He's got another driver right in front of him, and he is on an outlap by the look of it. 3 minutes. Maybe he's cut the circuit somewhere, Greg. We have JP McKinley on a lap at the moment, but 3.5 down. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out. There we go, as we put stream elements on a different phone. See, I've always got a backup plan, guys. I've always got a backup plan. The Birch has gone into the pits. Baker's on a lap, but he's got traffic ahead. There we go. Throw your messages at me, guys. I can see what you're saying now. So Baker, not fast enough this time. What's Greg got? Greg's coming up to start a lap, I believe. Yeah, coming up to start a lap. JP McKinley is on a lap, very close to the best time they've set. Can they go faster? JP McKinley, what have you got, son? What have you got? Obviously there's traffic ahead, so we don't know what's happening here. Whether they're going to get a tow, whether they're going to get held up. But we're coming down towards the line. This doesn't look bad. 53.0, so up into 2nd place now. That drops Baker down into 3rd, Young into 4th. Young doesn't want that. Young wants to be starting in the top 3. As the 939 cars were very quick at Brands. Okay, that's a little bit slower. little bit slower there, but what about Birch? Birch is on circuit right now. Starting his lap. JP McKinley is not far behind, just approaching Devil's Elbow, I think. If I'm right. Yep, so JP McKinley's about to finish this lap. No, slower. What about Baker? Baker's on an out lap. He's got traffic. That's not what you want when you're qualifying. You want clean open space, as much space as you can get. You don't want to be on the backside of another car that's probably not going quite as fast as you are. Wiggins doesn't seem to be on a lap. There's no time information there. Colin Dunn's on an out lap. Barts and Eels, he had a couple of unfortunate races last time around at Brands. 7th place is not bad in this field, let's be honest. Jamie Buchanan's in the pits. So Shavato. Gadgiu's coming around. Looks like an outlap. Sibron Stoll. Again, very fast driver in the Mercedes in Group A, so would be expecting him to be a bit further up than 11th at the moment, and I'm sure he will find that pace. We have Rick Wales down in 12th. Adam Bent in 13th. And we have Peter Zerdum in the pits at the moment. To Birch. Birch is on a lap. Can he go faster than a 52.9? A 939 course driver there just getting out of the way. Number 29, I believe. Was that Young? No, not Young. Thought it must have been Wiggins. Yeah, that was Wiggins. So Birch coming around to finish this lap. 52.917 is the one to beat. I don't think this is going to be it. Nope, slightly slower by a second. JP McKinley's turn. Can JP McKinley do anything? Anything to answer Birch? Is he coming now? 4 tenths back, 4 tenths. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. It really is. So Mark Baker's coming across the first split, 4 tenths down. I don't think that's going to be a special lap this time around. Colin Dunn though. Colin Dunn's going faster. So the Dunn Motorsport car, of course. Colin Dunn has been around since the first VTCC championship we did. Sporting very similar colours every time. It's always the green and blue. And as he's coming across now through Devil's Elbow. 52.917 to beat. Colin, what have you got? What are you bringing us? Is it enough to improve? Sadly not. 8 tenths down. So who else have we got on a lap? Nathan Birch is in the early stages. JP McKinley's just gone a slower lap. Matt Baker's a little ahead. Greg Young. What's this split going to be? Slightly slower. Wiggins, of course, has got traffic. So really, it's all on what Birch, Baker and McKinley can do. Baker's gone into the pits. There's 3 minutes left on the clock, guys. So this is going to be tight. So maybe 2 laps if you've gone into the pits now. 3 laps if you're still out there and you've got the fuel and the tyres for it. Again, tyres for these cars. The rear goes flat cold, as we've got a car stuck right there. As Peter Zerdum is stuck at the hairpin. Oh dear. That's not what you want to see. We'll go away from that. That's hampered somebody else's lap, unfortunately. Bent's now in the pits. Collins has set a time of 56.2. Dan obviously having a fantastic race 3 last time out. Like race 3's a reverse grid. So qualifying determines race 1. The results of race 1 determine race 2. And race 3 random. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, is it reverse? It's a reverse, full reverse grid, I believe. Because we had some fun watching the guys come through. We have Sibber and Stoll there sideways on the grass by the look of it, and teleport to pits as they should be doing. So JP McKinley's coming up towards Devil's Elbow. Car ahead, it might be Colin Dunn. Didn't quite catch the number there. As he comes across the start-finish line. 53.196. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. 53.0 is what JP McKinley's got. Matt Baker's just started his lap. Nathan Birch coming up towards the first sector time zone. 30.704 is the fastest at the moment. Slightly slower. But we know it's this hairpin. Shaw's Bend. That's where the time is. Drivers have been complaining about losing up to 4 seconds in that hairpin. Hopefully, not for Birch. Hopefully Birch can find something. See if he can go a little bit faster. Not this time, but he is still on pole. There's a minute left. So it's this lap. Do or die. JP McKinley's come up to the line. 53.005. It doesn't get closer. Baker comes across the line slightly slower again, so might not get to improve. If he's got enough fuel in the tank, he might. But maybe not. Colin Dunn's coming around Shaw's Bend. That looks very neat and tidy. Not overstepping the track boundaries, which is important because you'll get your lap time invalidated if you do. Through Devil's Bend. Up across to the start-finish straight. Doesn't look like he's going to improve. Almost 2 seconds down. That is unfortunate. Greg Young coming up to Devil's Elbow once again after tackling that very slow, very tricky hairpin. Young now, 50 seconds, 51, 52. Is it enough? Can he improve? Doesn't improve this time around. So then Wiggins doesn't improve. We have Jamie Buchanan. Doesn't improve. What's happened to the track? Has the track slowed down? Is that what it is? Can nobody go faster? We have Rick Wales off the circuit. Quentin Chavateau. Doesn't look like he's on a lap. Gadju coming across the line. 53, 54. Doesn't improve that time either. Adam Bent. Don't think Adam's on a lap. Now weaving about left, right and centre there. Clearly not. Zerdum is on a lap, but he's quite a long way down off the fastest times we've seen. But obviously, he still has a chance of moving up the grid somewhat. Not anymore. He's already outside of 15th place there. So, Birch is in the pits. JP McKinley managed to get another lap in, but this is obviously a slower lap. It might have just been pushing somebody else through. Mark Baker's obviously on a slower lap as well, and that's your qualifying session. That's everybody through, and that's how we will start. So Nathan Birch on pole alongside JP McKinley, with Mark Baker in 3rd, Colin Dunn in 4th, Greg Young in 5th, Luke Wiggins in 6th, Jamie Buchanan in 7th, with Bart Steneals in 8th, Dan Collins in 9th, Rick Wales in 10th, Quentin Chavateau in 11th, 12th is Kiki Mack, 13th Stefan Andrew Gadju, Sibron Stoll in 14th, Adam Bent in 15th, and Peter Zerdum in 16th. Time's not set. Drew White, Glenn Reynolds isn't here at the moment. We know Trev Hummer's not here, Istvan Ivadi is not here, and Callum McGuff is not here. Hopefully they manage to join us for some of the racing later on tonight. But as far as qualifying goes, those are your results. Thank you very much for following AAP15. I really do appreciate that. Hi there, Fritz. How is your night tonight? We do like those Driftworks cars, don't we? They're very striking liveries indeed. As we're now just waiting for the servers to come back up. So between the races, there's normally a 5-minute break between each sessions that allows the organisers to reset the servers, get them set up, grid orders sorted out, and then once they're back up and online, we can hop back in to catch the start of the race. And we must be attentive to what's happening in so that we don't miss the start of the race like last time. Let's not talk about that, guys. Just tell me how your night's been, how your day's been, what you've been up to all day. Yeah, he's done a really good job with those decals. The entire cars look great. So Bart Steneals, are we rooting for Bart today, or is it one of the other Driftworks drivers that you're rooting for? I'm just trying to balance that so it's not falling over so I can see it. There we go. So no message on the chat just yet about servers going live. Yeah, that's right. So we'll keep a close eye on Bart for you. Yeah, let me know who else you're you're rooting for, guys. There's a few of you tuned in. Yeah, there's a few good drivers to root for. It is looking close. I mean, a 52.9, a 53.0, 53.1, 15-minute races, front-wheel drive cars with top-cold rear tyres, and a very tight hairpin. Fireworks, guys. It is going to be fireworks. It is going to be a lot of fun to commentate on this. And I'm not expecting anything to go wrong the first bend as we come across start-finish straight. The first bend we've got is Gerard's bend, a big right-hander, long sweeping turn. And then we're into Steb straight, which at the end of that you've got the Edwina's chicane sort of thing. It's like a chicane, but it's not quite. The second turn's a bit longer. And then that's your end of Sector 1 split. And then you've got the Lake SS, which isn't really a turn, it's a king. It's a king, let's be honest, and that leads you directly into Shaw's hairpin, Shaw's bend. Yeah, so it's very, very fast, apart from that one little chicane bit. Very, very fast all the way up down to that hairpin. And if you haven't sorted yourself out by then, it's going to be carnage. We're hoping it's clean and fun and fair, but it's going to be a show. So yeah, you come out of Shaw's hairpin and then you build all the speed you can down towards Devil's Elbow, and then it's the start-finish straight, which is named Kirkby Straight, which I'll probably never remember. But yeah, Shaw's Bend is where the action's going to happen. So only for 20 years, that's a long old time. That's a good friendship, is that. Hiya there, Luke77, thank you very much for watching. 939 course. You're allowed to be a little bit biased though, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I can't be, I'm commentating, but, you know, Mark Baker's AJR Motorsport, so, you know, on point there. But we're not going to be biased. We are going to be supporting the guys no matter what. So, race sessions are up. We have 3 minutes to join. We're going to just jump straight back on, and that's going to load in. So, what's your predictions? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think there's going to be any carnage at Gerard's, at the long right-hander, the oval-style corner? I don't. I think we're going to keep it clean. I think Shaw's Bend, I think that's where we're going to see some overtakes on lap 1. We're probably going to see some overtakes on lap 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as well. I don't think the field's going to spread out much here. That hairpin is far too short. So, I'll click right. Teleport the car to the pits. And then I will get us on the grid. As we're listening to some sort of jet engine in the background. We don't want to be on the grid with me. There we go, we can see who we're on with. Oh, we could, until the info disappeared. So, we have a few minutes until the start of the race. With all the drivers lined up on the grid, we see a flash of the lights there. These liveries are absolutely fantastic, aren't they? So, let's run you through the liveries if I can. We'll start from the front. It's not even moving up, is it? It's just flicking between two cars. That's wonderful. Yeah, okay. Well, it's going to flick between two cars. Yeah, it's not having it. Oh, now we're flicking between cars. There we go. So we're on pole. Oh, we were on pole. That's just... There's 939 course cars. There's the Celtic Bromance cars. And it's decided it's going to start skipping again. But, nonetheless... We have lights on the gantry, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lights, all lit up, ready to go. Here's the view on board, and they're away. And we seem to have a slow start at the back there from one of the Celtic Romance cars. Was that, or was that a Driftworks car? It's a Driftworks car that was slightly slow, causing a few other cars to be slow. As we come around, this is the first turn. It's all fun and games. As we're coming around, no massive dramas, although we do have Sibber and Stoll on the grass there, Adam Bent on the grass there, and we have Drew White on the grass there, all taking evasive action. No massive dramas as of yet, as we're coming down now towards this little chicane style thing. Again, as you can see, it's not much of a chicane, but we have JP McKinley out in front at the moment. Nathan Birch right behind in the 939 course car. Mark Baker slotting in the AJR Motorsport car. Mark Baker may be on a run there. Don't think he's carried the speed though. So it is JP McKinley leading lap 1. Very confusing names when you've got Kiki Mack and JP McKinley Tony Mutz. Nathan Birch in 2nd, Mark Baker in 3rd. We have Greg Young in 4th. No, we don't. We have Colin Dunn just overtaking. Absolutely fantastic move down the inside into turn 1 just there. And then we have Dan Collins in 6th, Luke Wiggins in 7th. Under attack from the Dunn Motorsport car of Jamie Buchanan, who's lining up down the inside now as they're going 3 wide into the chicane with Collins, Wigan and Buchanan. Buchanan thinks better of it. Collins is now in the fight of his life down to the hairpin now with Luke Wiggins as they're on the brakes. Heavy braking point here. Like I say, it's extremely slow. Buchanan's on the inside. Slight little love tap to say, I want a bit more space than you're going to give me. And they are side by side down the run now into Gerard's Bend. And it looks like Collins still has that position, but Dunn is right on the back of Young now. We saw this last time out of Brands. These two were going head to head for most of the race as Greg Young is on the inside, but Colin Dunn's just carrying that speed right round the outside and he's able to hold it. And we're seeing that attempted a little bit further back with the 939 course cars and Dan Collins. That might have worked out. Maybe not. Luke Wiggins has just got that place off of Dan Collins. But Dan Collins doing a sterling job there. Trying to fight back, trying to find a bit more space. Trying to get up a little bit further if he can help it. As it's all squabble now, the 939 course cars going bumper to bumper. Oh, that's a little bit of contact there. That's going to allow a few other cars to get in amongst the mix as well. As we see Barts and Eels. You were cheering for Barts and Eels. This is what happens. This is what happens when you cheer, guys. We've got Barts and Eels in 6th place now. Driftworks taking a charge, getting up towards that top 5. He's only got to chase down Young now. But Dan Collins right behind in the Driftworks car. He's either having none of it or he's going to push Bart on, and these two are going to go. We have Buchanan saying, whoops, I made a bit of a mistake there. I've got to catch these two back up. But meanwhile, we've got Kiki Mack in the Celtic Bromance car, sitting there thinking, I want some positions here. So Kiki Mack's now attacking Jamie Buchanan. Buchanan's going to have to depend into this hairpin as he goes wide. He's off the track. He's saved it, but he's lost. Oh, it was Dan Collins. Dan Collins has lost a position, but he's down the inside. Oh no! He's hit Jamie Buchanan. That's carnage. There is a lot of carnage there. Can they get it going? They've got it going. I did say that hairpin is where it's all going to go wrong. Unfortunately, Dan Collins has lost out there in a fantastic battle, but Barts and Eels has secured that 6th place. He's in a world of his own right now. We have Kiki Mack, again, capitalising on that. We saw Kiki Mack sharking it out down there. Quentin Chavato's made up a place there as well, but Jamie Buchanan's lost all that space. As we see Dan Collins going wide once again. He's out onto the grass, just narrowly missing that bus stop chicane. That would have ended his night in a very bad way there. Up front, it's a very close gap still between JP McKinley and Nathan Burge, and Mark Baker is right there in the mix. What are these guys going to do for the rest of the race now? Surely they can't stay that close. It is hard. When you're in front and you're being chased down this intensely, you are on fire, you are sweating so much, you might as well be pouring steel. It is hot, it is intense, it is hard. Every mistake, they're trying to capitalise. For Birch is sitting there thinking, I need to pressure, I need to find an opportunity, I need to create an opportunity. And that's what he's trying to do. He's showing himself in the mirrors. He's getting as close as he can into the braking zones. He's trying to find that place on the circuit where he's got the advantage over JP McKinley. And Baker's just sat there thinking, these two are going to slow themselves down. I don't need to kill the tyres. I don't need to tire myself out. I'm going to make an advantage when they start squabbling, go for overtakes, make mistakes. And they will make mistakes. Racing this hard, this close, it's difficult. And because it's so difficult, mistakes happen. But Baker's just sat there having none of it. He just wants to settle down, find the opportunity, let the race come to him, and he's going to have that position if it comes to him. 69 says, go, go, go. I am with you, man. I am with you. This is intense. This is how we like the racing to be. A little further down, we have Buchanan making his way up towards Quentin Cheverton now, as he's looking towards the inside, trying to take a tighter line to get a run into the hairpin. The problem with that is Quentin Cheverton will carry more speed out of the corner. So just Jamie will have to be really good on the brakes. Not quite good enough here, but he's got the apex, he's got the long way around the next section, and he's got the inside, most importantly for Shaw's Bend. As they come onto the brakes, Jamie's ahead on the brakes. Quentin will get to carry more speed if he can stay alongside, but he can't quite make it. But does he have the speed to carry him down the straight and fire down the inside into turn 1? That's what we're waiting to see. It doesn't look like he does. Jamie's covered that very nicely. He's got a really good exit out of Shaw's, and that's job done. That's Buchanan back up into 8th place and Quentin Cheverton down into 9th place. Elsewhere, we have Adam Bent really close with Peter Zerdam. Again, you didn't see these guys on track last week. We weren't watching this group, but these two guys are very, very clean drivers. We did see a mistake from Peter Zerdam in the qualifying session, but right now, this is on. This is a battle for position, and these guys are going to take it as far as they can. Meanwhile, we're seeing just a little error, and this is what I'm talking about. When you follow back closely, you just put a tyre on the grass, and they're just squeezing a bit too much space there as they just bump doors. Just let each other know that they're there. Of course, that's not going to be taken advantage of, as Bent goes slightly wide there. Zerdam joins them as they're just braking a bit too late, and oh dear, Bent's made a mistake there, and Zerdam's going to allow him to go, as they've both come to a stop on the track there, waiting for the other person to go. Both believing they're at fault, but I don't think anybody was at fault there. That was clean, hard racing a little bit further down the grid. So we've got Colin Dunn in 4th place. Question is, has he got the pace to catch Mark Baker, or is he going to get caught by Greg Young? Greg Young's down in 5th. Again, not many people around him, so both of these drivers have got a lot of opportunities to get the head down, put the pedal to the middle and go. Baker, again, he's just sat back there, just waiting for opportunity to come to him, as we've got back markers now by the look of it. Just getting well out of the way, which is absolutely spot on then. So that's Rick Wales just allowing everybody through. And again, these times are very, very close at the top. So we've got 53.377, 53.439, 53.772, 53.141. So Dunn is catching. Dunn is catching the top 3 drivers. Jamie Buchanan, again, going quick as well, 53.177. That was a purple lap from himself. Purple lap also from Quentin, so Quentin's not letting this go. Quentin wants to catch, wants to get this position back, and if he drives like he's doing at the moment, that's absolutely on the cards. So we've got plenty to see as this race comes towards its second half. We're not quite there yet. We've got 9 minutes 15 on the clock. There's an extra lap as well, so it's 15 minutes on a lap, 16 minutes in reality. So it looks like the battle's settled down a little bit now. Both drivers just building a bit of space. Reset the head. Reset the body again. Let yourself cool down, rehydrate, and then get back into the fight. And it looks as though at 112.9 miles an hour at the best, and 107.9. Oh no, Mark's gone off. Baker is off on the grass, and that's going to allow Dunn through, so Colin Dunn takes 3rd place. I did say he would catch the top 3, and he has. Greg Young now into 4th place. Where's Baker going to end up? Is he going to end up ahead of Bart and Eels? I know that you're cheering for Bart. And Bart is right there on the back of Baker. So this could be a battle into shorts now, because Baker won't obviously have the speed. So Bart's got a good chance of having a run on the brakes, but I don't think he's quite close enough. They do have traffic just ahead though. Bart slings it up the outside. Mark's trying to stay around the outside as best he can. He's got the outside line, so he might have the speed, but in order to make a move, you're going to have to be on the inside for Gerrards. It's too long otherwise, unless Mark can carry the speed, and I know that he's got the talent to do so, but has Bart got enough to cover it? There's a bit of a space between them now. Bart might have done enough, and he just pulls in front of Mark to say, that's mine, I've done enough, I've got that place. So, Birch still isn't putting the pressure back on JP McKinley just yet. He's sitting there in 2nd for the 939 course car, and JP McKinley doing a fantastic job for the Celtic Bromance team. They will absolutely love this. They've got another back marker as they come up towards that hairpin. Colin Dunn Still on fire, but still not catching a drastic amount. He's almost 4 seconds adrift now. So that does indicate that he slowed down the pace a little bit. Maybe look after the tyres a bit. After seeing what happened to Baker. Maybe third was the target. Young, again, another 2.2 seconds back. So, again, not really on a charge for Dunn, but he has gained time. He has got a little bit closer. And the question is, can he do anything about it? So, Dunn's obviously a tenth or two faster on that lap with a 53.199. He could still catch. There's 7 minutes to go. Could still catch before the end of the race. We have Baker down in 15th now, so that's another mistake from the AJ Motorsport driver, as Bart Niels is now up into 5th, with Jamie Buchanan taking advantage. Everybody's moved up a place, as we see a slower driver on the side of the track there. Zerdum just allowing people through. Now Greg Young is a little bit closer to the back of Colin Dunn, who was a couple of seconds further back, so maybe he's made a mistake there. As I'm just drinking copious amounts of tea tonight. I need all the caffeine I can get for this. So exciting. Takes so much energy out of you if you're driving as well, so obviously they're going to need their energy. We have Nano Ninja Ghost. Go Bart. Thank you very much for the view. And yep, we're seeing Bart. Bart's doing very well. It's a very good role reversal of last weekend where Bart had a lot of bad luck come his way, but this time around he's certainly redeeming himself. So we have Jamie Buchanan now in 6th place with a 53.7, making space away from Quentin Chauvetot, who had a 54.1. But that's a battle that's not going to come back into play at the moment. But Luke Wiggins is catching Chauvetot. Could this be a battle that we're about to see? As we see Dunn and Young very, very close now. So about half a second, as we do have traffic ahead. This is obviously going to allow Young to close up around Shaw's Bend. As they come down to Devil's Elbow now, there's nothing between these guys. Honestly, if you were to look at these guys on the track, you would think they were bumper to bumper in the flesh. As we see them come down now towards Gerrard's. Dunn's already defensive. And on board you can see the right hand mirror there. That's what you can see. Just behind the time board you can see Young is in the mirrors. Young is all over the back of Dunn right now, and Dunn is just hoping that he's got enough pace to keep Young behind, because Dunn really wants this 3rd place. Really wants it, but we have a battle on at the moment as Dunn is defensive into Shaw's once again. This is going to allow Young just to come alongside on the brakes, gain a bit of space, maybe carry a little bit more speed as they come down now. Again, it's a similar sort of time as it was last lap around. We have Wiggins getting very close to Chauvetot as well. I might flick to that in a second, but we're seeing a car in the background taking off over a curb there. Some of the curbs can be quite nasty, but it seems like they've escaped any dramas. So Gerrard's not presenting any drama right here, but at this chicane, it is... this is going to be the setup. This is going to be the setup where Young thinks that, right, I need to do this to get alongside for the hairpin. Dunn's got to think, I've got to get this much speed to cover. Thank you very much for 69. Second time commentating. Second time I've ever done it. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. I'm really, really excited to be doing this, because normally I'm driving. Normally I'm behind the wheel, the one either being pressured or doing the pressure in, and I'm not this good. For these guys to be racing as they are, it is absolutely fantastic to see. And we come around again, and neither driver making a mistake, neither driver going for a gambit, putting themselves in too much risk, driving well within their ability, but doing it absolutely on the limit, because they can't back off right now. They're in battle. If they back off, the other driver's going to get a position, and they really want... Well, Greg Young wants 3rd, Colin Dunn wants 3rd. This is the setup, this is it. So Young isn't going to allow Dunn to carry enough speed around this set of chicanes. Dunn's going to have to back off slightly here as Young takes that hairpin. This is going to allow Young the outside, but Young's backed off a little bit. Is he going to try the switchback here? Is this what we're seeing? There's not enough space for that. That hairpin's just too tight. Young is learning that the hard way. Absolutely is. Now a little bit further back, Wiggins has got past Chauvetot. So that's a battle we've missed. I do apologise, but Dunn and Young were very, very close. That was a very exciting battle as well. So, Chauvetot, now a second back, but he's not in any danger now. So is he going to put the pressure on? Is Chauvetot going to up the pace? Doesn't look like it. Almost a second back in terms of pace on that lap alone. Is it the case that Luke Wiggins has just thought, head down, let's go chase Buchanan? Because Buchanan, he's in a world on his own. He's not really catching up to Bart Sneels. Bart Sneels doing a sterling job for the Driftworks car. The Dunn Motorsport car has a teammate up in third. He doesn't need to risk anything. He can sit there for team points all day long. But Wiggins, their team at the moment is up there in the fight for the top of the team's championship. Wiggins did very, very well last week. Obviously, race 3 he played the gambit of starting near the front, and that worked out very well for him. As we see Birch now. Birch is making a move right around the inside, or outside, sorry. Birch is the 939 course car. JP McKinley on the inside. Birch trying to carry more speed. That seems to be a theme here. You've got to carry the speed, but it's not enough into the chicane sort of thing. Down towards Shaw's Bend. What's going to happen now? Doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. That might have just fizzled out as I switched over to it. But JP McKinley doing a sterling job to defend that position. But it's not over yet. It's not over. Birch just tucked right in. He said, you know what? I'm not giving it to you that easy. It's not going to be easy for you. I am going to breathe down your neck. I did say all they need to do was have a little breather, reset, relax, and go again. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Birch is absolutely on the attack as they're coming around Gerrard's now. 3/10 between them. It was a lot closer this time around last lap. But that doesn't mean anything. As you've seen, Shaw's Bend is so tight. You almost have to come to a stop. And we could be seeing these two coming right alongside each other once again as Birch is on the outside. McKinley giving him no other option. I think Birch wanted the switchback there, but there just wasn't the space. It's too tight for the switchback. Or it might be. We might just see that. I think that's what Birch is eyeing up, but he's on the outside again for Gerrard's. He tried to carry the speed there last time around as he's just got slightly ahead for a moment. The slightest of moments there. But is it going to be enough? We saw Mark Baker try going around the outside there earlier, and that worked out horrendously, taking him right back to the end of the field. But he's got some speed. He's trying to go down to the inside for the S's. JP McKinley covers almost alongside. Birch doesn't want the outside line again as he switches back in the S's, so he's got the inside line now for the hairpin. Is this the move? He's slightly ahead of JP McKinley as come down towards his hairpin now. Is this move done? Is this move done? Is this where it happens? It has happened! Birch now leads the race. Round 2, Mallory Park, first race. Birch is in the lead. After 19 laps of leading, JP McKinley is now in second place, but he is not giving up the charge. Birch is going to be under attack for the rest of this race, which is 1 lap long. What can McKinley do? Does McKinley have anything at all to throw at this? He's right on the bumper of Birch. We saw what Birch had to do. We saw that Birch had to carry a lot of speed, switch back one way, switch back the other, and then switch back again. But it doesn't look like Birch is defending. Maybe he thinks that this job is done. It is signed, sealed, and delivered. We just don't know yet. We don't know. McKinley's on the outside for Shaw's. This could be the determining factor. JP McKinley, nice and easy, attempting that switch back again. It doesn't look like it's happened. It doesn't look like it happened. So if Birch manages to navigate Devil's Elbow nice and cleanly, as it looks like he's doing, there we go. Birch is your race 1 winner for round 2 at Mallory Park. How exciting was that? All with 2 laps to go. JP McKinley comes across the line in second place, with Colin Dunn in third, followed very closely by Greg Young. Bart Sneels is across the line in 5th place. I'm sure you'll be very happy about that for FRZT69. Jamie Buchanan is in 5th. Luke Wiggins in 7th place. Quentin Chauvetot is across the line in 8th, with Kiki Mack just across the line in 9th. Sibron Stoll over now in 10th, with Dan Collins right behind in 11th. We have Mark Baker to come around now. I think he's already finished in 12th. He was lapped We have Rick Wales in 13th place with Adam Bent having a nice little drifting moment in 14th. Gadju in 15th with Peter Zerdum in 16th. And Drew White in the pits, not finishing the race in 17th place. Guys, what are your thoughts to that? I'm going to need a breath. I'm going to need a drink. I'm going to need a moment. That was very exciting racing, but well done very much to Nathan Birch there. I will actually see if Nathan can join us in the chat. In fact, it would be nice if I could get Birchie and JP McKinley in. If either of them want to come and chat with me. And we'll just get ready for server reset. Amazing race. I couldn't agree more. You know, I say this all the time and I call it down to the T that the drivers, they go for it and then they reset and then they come back at it. And you saw that there, and then second lap to go. Yeah, they went absolutely all in just there, and it was a pleasure to see. We have Nathan Birch joining us now. Hiya there, Nathan. How was that for you?
That was hard work, that one. I didn't really make a very good start, and I was just following JP McKinley for most of the race, apart from, I think, was it the penultimate lap or maybe 2 laps before the end? I managed to get past him.
Yeah, we saw most of the battle, to be fair. I mean, it looked like he went in hard to start with and then sort of reset around the midsection of the race before going on the attack again. And we caught really the start of your attack where you were around the outside with 3 laps to go. And then on the second lap, it all broke loose. I mean, just walk us through what was going through your head for that entire race and the last 3 laps.
The entire race was mainly just trying to keep as close to JP as I could. I'm still finding it difficult getting used to following people closely, being able to stick to my lines. But when I was trying to overtake him around the first corner, I thought it was a bit mad halfway round because the penalty of that first corner was quite severe. If you just touch the grass, you're going straight into the barrier. But then JP was getting in the right position at the hairpin each lap. But I think maybe one lap he just clipped the curb on the chicane, which gave me the run and gave me the inside line.
Fantastic stuff. So well done very much for that win, Nathan. And we have JP here with us as well. Walk us through that race, JP McKinley. How was it? And give us your thoughts.
That was a lot of fun. That's why I raced that. Like I had full confidence that there would be no contact, and like the whole race we were pretty much bumper to bumper, and it was fantastic. But I managed to get a decent start, and then got into P1, and then he was pressuring me the whole race. The whole race he was after me, and I was just managing to keep the car in the right position, as he was saying. And I just made that one mistake into the just before the hairpin, and he got down the inside, and that's really the only overtaking place you can do at that track. But hats off, he did a great job. I really enjoyed it, even though I got second. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic racing, and I have to say that we were on board for those last few laps, and it looked like on the very last lap you were tempted to go for the switchback there. Is that what was happening, or were you just trying to go around the outside?
I was trying to, yeah, but it's really hard to get the run out of the hairpin with that there with these cars, because even if you do get like the right trajectory out of the corner, you end up just spinning the wheels half the time. So you have to have like a gentle right foot, and sometimes in my haste I don't have it.
Yeah, I think you and me both, but fantastic racing there, guys. Thank you very much for that show. I'm sure that all of the viewers enjoyed it, and I'm sure you'll love watching that back. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'll let you go and reset your heads for race 2, and I'm hoping for more of the same. I'm sure you guys are not, but good luck in race 2, guys.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Lukey, absolutely managed to salvage something there. 5th is a really good result for your Barts and Eels FRTZ, and Nano Ninja Ghost will be very happy about that as well. And the 939 course cars, absolutely sterling result again. Absolutely sterling. The last round we saw them right up at the front. This time we saw them not as dominant, nowhere near as dominant, but still putting on a tremendous show. So that team can walk away from this first race very, very proud. But don't go away yet, because there is so much more to come. As I mentioned, there was a mistake there from Mark Baker, who was on the back of these two for most of that race until he made that mistake. If he can bring himself up the grid for this race, it could be fireworks once again. Not to mention that Colin Dunn didn't quite get onto the back of these two, but Colin Dunn's got the pace. He's proving it right now. He's able to get himself up there. Are we going to see anything from Colin taking it to these guys? So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens now, because we should have the second server loading any second. And there's a few comments on Discord, that there are a few fun ones. Someone had a fun interaction with Terran being very upside down, looked like he was driving on the roof. Mark Baker saying that the game did bug for him, which is a little bit of a shame. The servers aren't up just yet. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to nip to the restroom for just one moment. Hopefully I won't miss anything. There'll be a minute or two before we can get into the grid. I'll be back in a second, guys. Don't go anywhere. And while I'm gone, maybe invite your friends. See you in a second. So we are back with you, and let's just see if the server is on. Okay, so Toby's struggling to reset the server because there's still drivers on, which is a bit of a shame, because we really want to get back racing. And as we can see, we're very close to that magical 50 followers mark. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're tuned in and watching at anywhere in the world, just click that little heart just down below. It helps massively when streaming and seeing all of the followers that we've got so far. I mean, through the week we've had a few as well. Yeah, it's been absolutely magic to have the support we've had so far, and to have your comments on stream as well. I mean, you guys keep it going, keep it alive. And yeah, it's so exciting to see these guys going toe to toe for 15, 16 minutes. It's it's absolutely fantastic. So we're still not up with the server. I think server 2 is already up. Nope, server 2 is still not there. So we are just waiting for the server to come back up. The trouble is that with the platform we're running at the moment, Assetto Corsa, if there's anybody on the server when we disconnect it, we have to wait for that person to disconnect from their session before the server will allow us to restart. Getting that message out isn't always the easiest thing. And yeah, it just holds everything up for a little bit longer. And I'm hoping it's not held up too long, because obviously that drags everything on for a little bit longer. Makes it more difficult for me as well, because I have to find things to talk about. But speaking of things to talk about, those battles. such amazing battles. And I mean, these are not the guys that you saw winning Group A. These are not the guys that you see winning the VTCC. These are the guys that you see winning the Clios. And it's absolutely fantastic to watch them going wheel to wheel all race long, as if they race the premier championships of the leagues out there. I mean, you've seen Alex Jameson and Andrew Gallone and John Munro and all those drivers going toe-to-toe for minute after minute after minute after minute. But you don't really get the coverage of the rest of the guys, most of the guys racing in this championship. And it's really nice to see all this talent that is usually not getting as much airtime. But that said, we do have John Munro in this championship. He's in Group B with Ross McGregor. So next week, we're going to get to see more of those guys going wheel to wheel. I'm going to get to see how they compare in front-wheel drive cars against the rest of the field. And I'm excited. I am really excited. It promises to be something special, does that. John Munro obviously has an awful lot going on at the moment. He does a lot of racing with other championships and communities and clubs. Recently raced against Jensen Button, or with Jensen Button. Also part of Traction, which is a brand new media platform for all things racing, sim racing, motorsport, that sort of thing. So yeah, so to have John back with us with all that's going on, it's a blessing. And to bring Ross McGregor with him, it's about time we saw them back here. We saw them here for the Ginettas. It's about time we saw them back, and hopefully we'll see them for the MX-5s when that starts up as well. If that's something you're interested in, there are some links up at the top of your screen there, which you can go and click onto, have a look at the content they've posted, get in touch with the social media operators. I believe Toby does most of the work, and ask how to join. We'll tell you how it is. We're not difficult. We don't have a lot of red tape. There's no hoops to jump through. Just get in touch. We'll tell you what you need, how you need to register, and you can come racing with us as quickly as next week if you really wanted. We do a lot of non-championship events as well. Community events are a big thing, a big part of what we do as well. And just recently we had a pentathlon event, which was 5 different tracks, 5 different cars, one after the other. So yeah, it's things like that that make it really, really fun. And that was only just this week. Unfortunately, I couldn't take part, elbow injury. So looking forward to getting back racing again. It's absolutely fantastic to be a part of the spectacle. And then we have some other amazing commentators that come on and work with us as well. So you recently heard in the Group A Championship, Ian Waterhouse of My Content Live and My Supercar. Absolutely tremendous bloke, absolutely fantastic commentator as well. And then the regular Chris Buxton, who does the VTCC for us. And Chris is a very professional, very experienced sim racing commentator, and he is absolutely fantastic to listen to and to watch the racing. So if you haven't seen it already, join Chris Buxton, King Kodiak on YouTube. It's also on the VRCC YouTube channel. Just type in Virtual Racing Car Club and that will present itself. And yeah, streaming on Sunday, you'll be able to watch that live right there on YouTube. It's Project Cars 2, it's 2 divisions, and yeah, it's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic racing. We're still waiting for the server to go live. I'm just going to check that is the case because I still don't see anything. And it's been about 10 minutes now. We should have been up. We should have been back in the race. We will get some more racing going. But yeah, who's with us tonight? Give us a comment. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me how your day's been. Have any of you got that barbecue out yet? I'm really desperate for a barbecue. It's getting light enough. It was definitely warm enough today. Unfortunately, I was finishing work quite late, so I didn't get to enjoy any of it. But yeah, summer's coming. I'm feeling good. Looking forward to being back up at Harewood Hill Climb. Unfortunately, I'm going to be spannering this year instead of racing. I want my elbow to recover fully before I get back into anything. I don't want to be taken out again. It's not so fun, but yeah, barbecues, warm weather, t-shirts, shorts. I'm looking forward to all of that. I absolutely love the summer. What are you guys looking forward to? Are you anything fun planned? I know that a few of you are hoping to get out in some racing soon. A few of our lads are doing Enduro car soon as well. That's looking really good fun. As we're still waiting for this server to come live. And of course, something's gone wrong in server 1. So I think server 2 might already be up. I'm tempted to go join that one for you guys, but I'd rather follow what happens between Birch and Baker and everybody else, Barts and Eels. You know, it's looking good. I mean, JP McKinley, he could come back for race 2. We could end up winning that, or he might do a Wiggins. He might sit back, finish lower in the grid to finish higher in the grid for the next race. You don't know. You don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. So I think with any luck, we should be back up. There we go. There we go. So we're going to load up. We can load up. We can get on the grid. This is what we want to see. Right. Prediction. So as you saw, race 1 determines the grid for race 2. So they're starting as they finished the last race. So it'll be Birch on pole, the JP McKinley in second. Mark Baker's starting third, so that position has been rectified. Colin Dunn in fourth, Greg, you're in fifth. Wiggins in sixth, he's not on the server yet. Buchanan in seventh, Barts and Eels in eighth. I'm not sure this is the correct grid. I'm going to find out about this. I'm going to find out about this because, as you remember, I'm pretty sure that Bart finished in 5th place. Was it 5th? Can anybody correct me? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm quite sure that that Bart finished in 5th. There we go. We have some people mentioning. So it's quali results. It's quali results. So we're going off quali results again. So, third race is reverse, don't forget. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Who goes for that gambit, who doesn't. We saw it work very, very well for Wiggins last time around, the 939 driver. We have JP McKinley for Celtic Bromance in second place there. But I know you guys are waiting on Barts and Eels and the 939 course guys. We have 5 lights all out at the moment. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light, 6 lights on the grid. And away they go. Slightly hesitant, long delay before those lights went out, but we're all getting off the grid now. So we have a car stuck on the circuit back there. I'm going to make sure that it's not mine. As we have the 939 course car of Birch leading everybody around. We have a change for position between Kiki Mack and Chavito. As Chavito's dropped a few places there. It's a bit messy there as we're really wide up at the front. There's no changes further up the field as Barts and Eels is still there in 8th, and above that it's as we were. Collins is in a really big fight now with Kiki Mack. So it's Driftworks versus Celtic Bromance. This is for the first time we come up to Shaw's Bend, and Colin Dunn round the outside there tried to make a few places up, but Wiggins might have just lost out there to the Dunn Motorsport driver. The Luke Wiggins down in 7th place as Colin Dunn or Jamie Buchanan seems to have lost connection with the server, unfortunately. Oh, he's back. He's back. We saw this last time. One of the drivers disconnected from the server completely. Thankfully there was no contact this time. Who's that? That's Dunn. Dunny's off wide. And there's another driver gone with him, a Driftworks driver. That's Barts and Eels. Unfortunately, Bart's gone wide. So this is bad news for them, but good news for a lot of other drivers. Dan Collins is up in 7th. We've seen a swap up front. JP McKinley has managed to get past Birch. Baker is now up alongside on the inside up to Shaw's Bend. This is exactly where he wants to be to make that move. Birch is trying to go around the outside. Baker's having none of it. He's got the drive out of the corner already, and that move is done. So JP McKinley up into 1st. Mark Baker up into 2nd. Birch trying to fight back in 3rd place. He's not going to let that place go. He's already got a run on Baker. He's slightly ahead, but Baker's got the inside. If Baker keeps his cool, he might just get this move done. But we've seen Birch hang it around the outside before, carry a lot more speed, and we've got Greg Young in right behind trying to capitalise off the back of this battle. This is absolutely fantastic. As we see them coming down now towards this little chicane. And he's so close guys. Absolutely side by side on the limit. All the way around there now. They're into Shaw's once again. Can Mark Baker stick it to the inside and keep hold of it? He can. No way through for Birch. No way at all. And because of this battle, JP McKinley's getting away now. There's a second between them as Birch, once again, he's on the outside here, trying to hang it around the outside. In terms of lap time, everybody's really close, but Jamie Buchanan is on a charge, 53.299. Quite a bit faster than most of the other drivers, and I'm going to have to take a drink because this is exhausting. So, we have Buchanan catching up to the back of Young. Young on the back of Birch, and Birch really attacking now, trying to force Baker into a mistake as he's trying to get the inside line for Shaw's. Not quite fast enough. Baker's going to defend. Birch doesn't quite get alongside up into the braking zone, but on the brakes he does. Could this be an indication that Birch might be thinking about the outside move? We'll wait and see for that, but right now they are nose to tail coming through Devil's Elbow. Birch squeezing all the way to the outside, trying to get as much space on track as he can to carry the speed, and that is so important in these tiny little hatchbacks. I'd say hot hatches, but they're not so hot anymore. They used to be, they're not anymore. As they come around, so Mark Baker's very defensive now. As you can see, Young is right on the back of them as Birch has got a slight overlap as they come into the chicane one more time, but Baker's got the inside line into the hairpin if he can keep alongside, and it looks like Baker's going to have to do something special on the brakes if he's going to keep this, because Birch is quite good. There we go, so Baker keeps it. There's a little bit of door rubbing, no harm, no foul. Rubbing is racing, as they always say. So this is very, very close, and Young is right there. Young's right on the back end of Birch, and of course these two drivers don't want to make any mistakes. They're teammates. So Young probably doesn't want to make a move unless he knows that he can attack Baker, because otherwise Baker will go and they'll both lose out. Meanwhile, a little further back, we have Luke Wiggins has just gone off circuit. I was just about to switch to him as well, because Kiki Mack was coming up to a bit of a battle there. But we see again Baker and Birch alongside. As Birch is now on the inside, this is exactly where Birch wants to be if he's going to get that position. So that could be Birch up into second position unless Mark Baker has anything to say about it. But that of course gives Mark the run out of the corner. But we saw this from Birch. In order to make that work, you've got to be either on the inside for Gerrards or extremely good around the outside. And we saw Mark try the outside line before. That ended in disaster that time. Hopefully not this time. Hopefully we've got plenty more racing like this to come, because this is really, really good. As we see a little bit of space opening now, but this is going to allow Young to catch up onto the back of Baker if Baker's not careful. But Baker's got a bit of a run now on Birch, but he's not showing his hand just yet. He's sitting in and saying, right, this is what I need to do. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to show my hand too early. He just makes a slight mistake there, but that's going to allow Young right onto the back of him. Young and Baker are now locking horns, and that's going to allow Birch to get after JP McKinley. If Birch has got anything to say about JP McKinley, he could do what he did last race. We've still got nearly 12 minutes on the clock. Don't forget there's that extra lap as well. But what's going to happen here now? Baker 2/10 slower than Young on that last lap around. Young is only 5/10 away. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the track you've got Collins going really quickly, but he's got a long way to find Kiki Mack on circuit. But Dunn is right there behind Collins, and we know that Dunn's got some pace in him. Dunn was chasing for third last time around. He's down in 8th at the moment. What has Dunn got? That's going to be one to wait and keep an eye on, because that is going to develop into an almighty battle, as we're seeing right now. Colin Dunn's on the back of him already. I was about to flick away, but I'm staying right here, guys. I'm staying here for this, because this is Daniel Collins versus Colin Dunn. Driftworks versus Dunn Motorsport. Let's see what these guys give us, because we saw last time Dan had a nice race in race 1. Race 3 at Brands was a fantastic race for Dan, but he also got unfortunate in the first 2 races at round 1. He'll be hoping that he has another good result, maybe 2 good results here. That'd do him very happy, I would assume, as Colin Dunn's really on the offensive here, trying to look at the inside line for the chicane. But I think the Dunn thing is to send it down the inside into Shaw's, and that's exactly what's happening here. Dunn Motorsport on the inside of Dan Collins. What can Dan Collins do? Can he keep it around the outside and carry the momentum? And hello, Quentin. We see you back there. You're in for the show, are you? So Quentin Chivito's now on the back of Colin Dunn, while Colin Dunn's still trying to attack Daniel Collins. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen now. Daniel Collins is driven away very so slightly from Colin Dunn, as Quentin's got right onto the back, and now Quentin is attacking. Quentin is attacking Colin Dunn as they come around Gerard's Bend. Meanwhile, Colin Dunn doesn't look like he's finished with Dan. He's not finished. He's coming back for some more. He's like Oliver, and we're not even in to the play seasons yet. This is going to be very tight coming into Shaw's, as all 3 cars are going to be fighting for position. Who's going to be inside? Who's going to be outside? Let's have a look. So Colin Dunn not alongside Quentin, not alongside Colin. Colin Dunn takes a really wide line out there. That could help him quite a bit. Obviously, Colin has quite a bit of knowledge on Clios, and he'll know how to get the best out of them. Daniel Collins prefers rear-wheel drive cars as he drifts, so he might not know how to get the most out of these front-wheel drives, as Colin Dunn might have just got the job done there. Down the inside into Gerard's, but we've seen Bertram get around the outside there before. Will Dan Collins have the pace into the chicane and then into the hairpin? Don't forget, Dan can always flick to the inside, but he's too far ahead at the moment. He'd wipe Colin out if he did that. And he's still alongside. Will he squeeze? Where's Quentin going? Quentin's right there. Quentin's in the mix. This is going to be a battle. A 3-way battle into the hairpin here, as Dan Collins has just kept the lead ever so slightly, and Quentin's trying to go around the outside, just like Colin did 1 lap ago. Now we're coming back around into Devil's Elbow. Up front hasn't changed very much. The lap times are very, very similar. Gaps have stretched out a little bit now, but the battle's here. The battle for 7th place between Collins, Dunn and Chivito. Dan Collins just ekes a little bit more out. We see this, and then Colin Dunn grabs all that space back. Chivito does the same, as we've got a car in the distance there. Just giving enough space to these guys to let them through and continue on their way. And is that Sibber and Stoll in the distance there? Is Sibber and Stoll catching this group? That is Sibber and Stoll in the very colourful car, and he is catching. So this battle is bringing Sibber and Stoll into the mix. This is going to be a 4-way battle if these guys carry on the way they are, and that is going to be super exciting. That's pack racing. That's something that you don't normally see sim racing. And let's see how these guys get on, because there's been no contact besides a little bit of door rubbing, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with a lot of rubbing. But to have not taken each other out, to have not slammed each other off, to have not punted someone forward into that hairpin or that chicane, absolutely sterling work, guys, as Colin Dunn is looking down the inside again. He seems to have got a little bit more speed out of the corner there, despite being on the inside. So this could be Colin Dunn down the inside into the hairpin once again. We saw him try that last time, but he seems to have got the job done before the hairpin. And Quentin's now on the inside of Dan Collins. Can Dan Collins defend? Dan Collins is really good on the brakes there, so he's defended from Quentin, but Colin Dunn has that job done. That is over. Unless Dan Collins can bring it back up. Can he bring it right back up? We will see, because Quentin's not letting it go either. This is going to be on for a little while as ever closer Silverstone gets to the back of these guys. He's off. Silverstone's gone off into the grass. That's unfortunate. We were looking forward to him catching the back of that battle. But it looks like Colin might have pulled a bit of a lead out there. He might be a bit too far away for Dan to challenge in the next lap or two, but never mind, because Quentin says, I'm having the inside line into the hairpin, and Dan doesn't have enough on the brakes this time. Quentin has that job over. That is complete. That is Quentin up into 8th place, Dan down into 9th. But it's not over. There's 5 minutes and 1 extra lap. There's 6 minutes left of this race, and it will be an exciting race. Now, as they come around into Gerard's Bend, Dan is looking down the inside of Chauvetot. Dan is trying to do what Chauvetot's just done to him. And Quentin's not wise enough to understand that that's exactly what he's got in defence again, because Dan's now down the inside. Dan's going to have this into the chicane, and then into Shaw's. He'll have it on the brakes. And Quentin's a little bit faster out there, just a tiny bit faster. What are these guys going to do? Quentin's a little bit deeper on the brakes, locks the rears a little bit of a tap there as they come around, but Dan really tight there on the inside line. Not going to carry enough speed, so Quentin managed to hold that as he's gone all the way around the outside, just because he went in and he pulled the handbrake. Lesson for you there, guys. But yeah, this is fantastic racing as Dan's down the inside again into Gerard's. Again, Quentin's not covered it. Quentin's given that inside line away because Quentin thinks he can carry the speed. But this time, Dan's ahead, a long way ahead, before they get close to that chicane. Is this enough for the Driftworks driver to secure that position for the long run now and go chasing Dan? Is he big slide over those curbs there, and that's given the place back to Quentin Chauvetot. My word. And now they've got a back marker to deal with. Hopefully not going to slow them down too much, as no, but there's a bit of a gap there now. There's a little bit of a gap, but I'll tell you where there's no gap. Right up at the front, JP McKinley is under attack once again from Nathan Birch. We saw this last time. It was absolutely fine. JP McKinley defended as well as he could all the way up to the last couple of laps, and this is the last 4 laps now. 3 minutes and 1 lap remaining. Birch is hard on the attack, and Mark Baker this time around is right in there. Is Mark going to close right up? It's under a second between all 3 cars here. As we see JP McKinley doing all he can do to hold that car back, to hold Nathan Birch behind him. And Mark's there, Mark's watching, Mark's wise, looking for these opportunities as Baker 53.2 against the 54.0 and the 54.1. So that just shows you these guys, these are in a very epic battle. Less than a tenth between the top 3 and the third guy closing up at over half a tenth. And here we go now. So Baker is looking down the inside of Birch. Birch is looking for the outside of JP McKinley. What's going to happen? So they settle down for the chicane a little bit. Baker's gone really far down the inside of Birch there. He's going to have the inside line on Birch. Is he going to have the inside on JP McKinley as well? As they come down towards the hairpin here, 3 wide into Shaw's Bend. Baker's got the inside line and he's got first position. JP McKinley holds Birch behind, but succumbs to second place, with Birch falling back down into third. Baker now leads the race. It's happened again. We've got 2 minutes on the clock with 1 lap to go, 3 laps left, and Baker's just taken the lead. Birch took the lead last time with 1 lap to go. This is absolutely immense. Guys, give us your thoughts. What are you thinking about this right now? Baker is under attack. JP McKinley wants that place back. Birch wants that place. All three drivers toe to toe. Locking horns 3 ways in tiny little Clios from the 90s around Mallory Park, which is an incredibly difficult track. This is intense. As now JP McKinley down the inside again of Nathan Birch, as Nathan Birch is trying to go around the outside. This time, however, Birch has made it happen. He's all the way around the outside. He's going to have a little bit more pace. Baker's slightly ahead of them both now. So I don't think anyone's down the inside of Baker this time around, but JP McKinley is down the inside of Birch, which could mean that Birch goes back down into third again. But I don't know, because I've seen Birch hang it around the outside here before. Ninja Ghost, yeah, Baker did. He nailed that properly. Stuck it to the wall and straight nailing. But Birch has hung it around the outside again. JP McKinley has seen this. He's aware. But has he got the pace? JP McKinley's slightly behind. Birch has done enough to get it at the chicane there. So Birch is up into second now, which means that Baker is going to be under attack from Birch. Is this gonna... What's going to happen? What's JP McKinley got? He can't be happy about losing it in the last few laps again. He's got to have an answer for these guys. As he drops just ever so slightly back, and Baker is under pressure now. Baker is under pressure from Birch. This is going to be it. So, is it the final lap? No, there's one lap after this one. One lap after this one. That was tight for the line. That was very tight for the line, and they're giving themselves an extra lap of pressure. I'm sure Baker's not going to be happy about that. He wants this over now. He wants this in the bag. He's defending into the chicane. Birch has a slight run on him as he goes towards the outside. Baker's aware of it. Baker's very aware of it. Doesn't take too much curb, but still bounces around a lot. Lets Birch bounce around on the other side. What's JP McKinley going to say about that? Because that'll slow him down quite a bit. Baker's covering the inside. Birch is trying to hang it around the outside. Doesn't carry enough momentum to stay there. So Baker might have this through Devil's Elbow now. As JP McKinley's looking at the back of him, watching them drive away, saying, I've lost all this. But poor JP McKinley. Baker comes across the line in first place, followed very closely by Nathan Birch. JP McKinley in third place with Young. Young in fourth place there. Could have benefited quite a lot there. Jamie Buchanan recovers to fifth after the last race, with Kiki Mack in sixth. Colin Dunn across the line in seventh place after that fantastic battle. Luke Wiggins in eighth. Quentin Chauvetot still in battle here for ninth place with Collins and Bart Sneels. Who's going to have this? Sneels! Sneels just got 10th position with Dan Collins in 11th. That was very, very tight from both Driftworks cars. We have Rick Wales in what's showing us 12th place, 9th place? I'm not sure that's right. Oh, they're still on a lap. They are still on a lap. So they're still on a lap. But it seems to be as it was at the front. So what we saw then with the two Driftworks cars, they've just taken each other out. They hadn't finished. Guys! So yeah, JP McKinley finished third, Young fourth, Buchanan fifth. I called that too early, guys. So Wales, amongst all that confusion, Rick Wales has got himself up to 9th place. And Wiggins is up into 8th. Wow. So Chauvetot in 10th. And Bart Sneels losing out big time there with Dan Collins. Cyprian Stoll takes advantage of that as well, getting up into 12th. Adam Bent down in 14th. And Gadget in 15th. Zerdam in 15th. And Drew White not finishing the race again in 17th. But oh my. Oh my. Dan. Bart. What happened, guys? You had people rooting for you. There's people on the stream cheering you on. What happened, guys? I think I want to chat with Baker. And I want to chat with Birch. I want to find out what they were thinking. I want a chat with those guys, because that was absolutely... That was nail-biting. That was nail-biting. I might get... Shall I get JP in as well? I'll get JP in as well. I'm going to get JP in as well. Because that... that was immense. I absolutely loved that battle. How did you guys feel about that? There are your results. Mark Baker, Birch, McKinley, Young, Buchanan, Mack, Dunn, Wiggins, Wales, Chauvetot, and then unfortunately Bart
JP,
Neals,
great race, mate.
Stoll, Dan Collins, Ben, Gadgio, Zerdum, and White. Absolutely fantastic. So now we're joined, as you can hear,
Oh, what a great night.
we're joined by a few guys from the race there. So Nathan, Mark, and JP, thank you for joining. That was incredibly nail-biting, and once again, it all happened with just a few laps to go. Mark, congratulations on your win. Just walk us through the way you're feeling and how that went for you.
A bit shaky, to be honest. I was chasing Birchie down, and mid-race I lost a bit of time to him. And then I was kind of like gaining back on Birchie, and I saw Birchie was catching JP. And JP and Birchie started battling, and I managed to just slide up the inside at the hairpin and get myself in front, and then it was just like run away, and then but I think it was Birchie was right on my back end towards the end of the race. I was just trying to hold him off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were watching for most of those hectic few laps there. It was absolutely great fun to watch. So congratulations on your victory, Mark. I think someone on stream, Nano Ninja Ghost, has also sent their congratulations. But in second place, couldn't quite manage the double there, Birchie. But yeah, Nathan, just walk us through, because you almost looked like you were going to have first again. Just tell us what happened.
It was a tricky race again. I got a better start, so I managed to stay in first for the first lap in a bit. I think I fell behind Mark, managed to get past Mark again. And it was just knocking the laps through, catching JP. And I think me and JP held each other up just for a second, and that Mark was straight back on the tail. Yeah, both managed to get past JP, but I couldn't quite get past that Mark. But it was all very close, and we seemed pretty equal on pace, so it's whoever makes the mistake, really.
We were thinking that for quite a while in the early stages of the race, but then when it came through to that three-way battle, it was absolutely immense. So well done on your second place, but I've got to speak to JP now. I mean, unfortunately, you were leading for most of that race. You led for most of the first race. I mean, just walk us through how you're feeling right now.
The one will come at some point. I'm not really too disappointed about that there. I'm just surprised that the three of us managed to not make contact when we were going three wide into the hairpin. That would I was in the middle of that there, and I was like, oh, this can't end well. And then we just all got through, and it was fine. I was like, what? I was like, I couldn't believe it. Oh, it was brilliant. But yeah, I think these two boys are just that wee bit quicker than me here. They've got a few tenths here and there on me. I think I need to put a bit more practice in. But yeah. I think at the beginning of the race, I managed to get through to the lead, and then them two were battling, and then I managed to pull maybe a 2.5 second lead, and then once they stopped battling and actually got me in their sights, and the gap slowly closed, and I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, can I hold off for another 8 minutes? It's like with these boys in Mers, but this is racing. This is what I signed up for. This is great. This is what I want. 3 wide at a hairpin. This is perfect.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we did see the first part of that battle when Nathan and Mark were battling there, allowing you to get ahead, JP. And to be honest, I thought that might be job done for you, because I thought that those two were going to go head to head for quite a while longer, but it all settled down, and I think they caught up towards the end, and it does seem like you've got the pace in that early bit of the race, JP. But what is it about the last part of the race where they've got those tenths or those hundredths on you? Is it tyres? Is it fatigue? Is it pressure? Just tell us what you think it might be.
I wouldn't think it's pressure. I think if anybody knows me, I'm pretty laid back. I don't really get too kerfuffled about anything. I think it honestly is just talent. I think these two are just that bit more talented than me at this game, and I don't know how much practice they've put in, but whatever they've done, it's just seems to be working better. Just hats off to them. Fair, they've beat me fair and square. Maybe I can grab them now in the next race when it's all with the reverse grid. We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be the hectic one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
But yeah.
So are you all looking forward to this one then?
Yeah, it should be
We'll
fun.
see.
Just gotta be careful.
The reverse grid races that I do with the VTCC, well, it's random grid when the touring cars. They are my favorite races out of the 3 races that we do. Like I always enjoy these ones. Like I loved last week's one that we did, and with the Clios. So yeah, I do enjoy a bit of randomness, just because it's nice to race other people on the grid as well. Like my teammate Kiki, he's just as fast as me, if not faster. And unfortunately, with his qualifying, he didn't really get to qualify. So for them 2 races, he was starting at the back basically. But I can assure you, he's itching to get racing us as well.
So do you think he's gone for the gambit to start higher in this race?
I mean, it would be something he would do, but like he's cheeky like that, and I hope he's watching us back.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us, guys. Mark, I think I interrupted you earlier there. You were going to say something?
I was going to say, like, I think there's a bit of a slipstream with these Clios. If you like within a second of them, you do seem to hang on to them. If you break that second, you're struggling. And obviously, if you're out front, you've got to, watch your back, because if there's a bit of a slipstream, it's definitely working.
So that's why you're beating me.
We were seeing this. I think we saw this from Nathan Birch in race 1 and in race 2 actually, when he comes around the outside of you around Gerrard's and sticking in that slipstream. He does seem to get a metre or so down towards that chicane,
Possibly, yeah. I know on lap 1 when I got the lead of that in the second race there, I for some reason I had so much more speed than Birchie going down towards the chicane, and I had no idea why. That's why I was able to slot up the inside, but that's probably the only overtake I was able to do the whole weekend, for sure.
Well, fantastic stuff. Well, guys, I'll let you reset your minds and get ready for the reverse race. I'm very much looking forward to this, and I wish you all good luck.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, thank you.
Bye-bye.
So there we are, guys. That's 2 races under the belt and a reverse grid race to come. I know you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. Just, such fantastic racing up at the front, and to go 3 wide into Shaw's Bend. I just cannot believe that we saw that tonight. Absolutely astounding racing. So tell us what you think. Tell us your thoughts. What's going to happen in this next race? Obviously, we've got Baker, Birch, and JP McKinley all starting right at the back of the grid. But then we've got Kiki Mack starting sort of midfield. We've got Colin Dunn a little bit further back as well. What do you think is going to happen there? Is Kiki playing the gambit? Colin! We saw this work very well for Luke Wiggins. What do you think is going to happen this time around? We haven't seen much of Wiggins. He was a little bit lower down in the grid for that second race. And we saw the contact between Collins and Bart Sunil, sending them further back as well. We've seen good things from Bart, we've seen good things from Collins. Could those two make it towards the front of the grid for this race? It is all to play for. But while we wait for the next server to load, I'm going to throw something your way. Tell us what you think about this. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. Thank you for letting me know that the sound wasn't coming through. Nice montage, thank you very much. Right, we're going. We have 5 lights on the grid. 6 lights. Race 3, here we go! Away we go, reverse grid. We have the cars leading the way up to that first turn. Is it going to stay clean? It's reverse grid. Less experienced drivers at the front, of course. We have Mark Baker showing himself around the outside there. Everybody looks to have kept it nice and neat. But Colin Dunn's gone on the grass. So that's going to ruin his race for the moment. It looks like there's a few places changed up front as well, with Ben up into 4th. Collins is attacking and being attacked by Stoll at the same time. Collins is in 5th. Stoll seems to have made his way. Has he? Or is that Ben? That's Ben in 4th place. This is on. This is on. I can't stop screaming Ninja Ghost. It is absolutely on, is this. As we see, Stoll has gone really wide at Shaw's there. We have Zerdum in the wall. We have Kiki Mack in 8th. We have Jamie Buchanan already has got himself up into 4th place. Sibram Stoll makes up a place into 5th. Dan Collins is in 3rd. Just a moment ago he was in 5th. What a race, and we've got Gadju for the Driftworks team as well, up into 2nd place. And Drew White, we've not seen him finish the other 2 races today, but he's up in 1st, enjoying it. He's led a lap. Well done, son. Gadju soon takes that away though as he overtakes. Takes Drew White into the chicane, and Dan Collins is now chasing hard, but he's being chased by Jamie Buchanan. Buchanan, we know he's got pace. We know he's had a lot of pace in the last 2 races. He had a lot of race at Brands as well, but he's on the outside here. As Dan Collins has got Drew White ahead. It seems like Jamie Buchanan's just done that around the outside. We've not seen that tonight. Yes, Collins is an amazing racer. He did very well last week. Despite a little bit of bad luck, we were very, very excited to see him up at the end of that 3rd race. But yeah, very, very well, especially considering it's a front-wheel drive car as well, and it's wheel-to-wheel racing, it's not drifting, so very good going by Dan Collins. And yeah, unfortunately, Jamie Buchanan just got the better of him there, but what's Jamie Buchanan going to do now? Because he's up against Gadju, who's fallen behind Drew White again, and Drew White's got some space. And Buchanan's down the inside, thinks better of it. He thinks better of it for this time. Is he going to stick it down the inside into Shaw's? He's thinking about it, but I don't know whether he's got enough. Gadju's just covered enough speed. Buchanan can't. But he's stuck it down the inside anyway. On the outside, on the exit. But that's not going to give him enough speed. That's not going to give him enough speed. Gadju says thank you very much. Slow yourself down, why don't you? I'm going to have that position back. Where's everybody else? JP McKinley's up into 5th now. All the way from the back of the grid. Baker's into 7th. Where's Birch? Birch is in 8th. So they're coming. They're coming, guys. This is on. This is on. Gadju still under attack from Buchanan. Buchanan looks like he's got it down the inside. But we've seen it before. Gadju has the pace. Round the outside. He might be able to switch back in the chicane. If he just carries enough space for that first apex, and he's over the grass. So unfortunately not. Oh, hold it. Oh, thankfully. Lost a place to Collins, but it's okay. He's still on track as he goes down the inside of Collins. The 2 rub doors. And unfortunately Gadju's lost a place now to McKinley as McKinley's up into 4th. Baker is in 6th. This is all kicking off now, guys. This is all going off big time. And I am getting a tickly throat. I am going to lose my voice tonight if this gets any more intense. Buchanan has a lot of space in 2nd now with Collins under attack from JP McKinley. Collins has just touched the grass. That means he's off. He's lost the place to Gadju. He's going to fall right down to the back. But JP McKinley already, we're on our 4th lap. And JP McKinley is in a podium position. Hats off. That is fantastic going. But it's not over yet. Gadju might be in 4th place, but Baker's right behind. And Baker's brought Quentin Chauvetot. We know that Chauvetot's got some racecraft. We know he can go wheel to wheel. He's been quick today. He's been really quick. As Baker's down the inside of Gadju, as Gadju got it horribly wrong at the hairpin. And that's allowed Quentin Chauvetot to get right up the inside there. But more importantly, there's Birch. Birch is eyeing this up as well. He's on the back of Quentin Chauvetot as Quentin's on the back of Gagio. As they come now down towards Gerard's Bend. Birch has a look, thinks better of it. Is Birch going for the inside and then hang it around the outside of part 2? We will see. Quentin's thinking about the outside of Gagio but doesn't have the space. So he's just building speed, building speed, and going down to the chicane, but it might not be enough because Birch might have got enough ground to stick it down the inside into the chicane as he has done. So now Birch should have the inside for Shaw's Bend. As he's looking now onto the brakes, they go. Gagio is ahead, but is he ahead enough? He's not. He's opened the door for Nathan Birch, and Nathan Birch is all the way up into 5th place on the 5th lap of this race. This is insane racing from these guys. We haven't seen anything from Wiggins. Young is still down in 10th. Collins is unfortunately down in 9th after such a strong start. But Gagio's doing really well, defending now in 6th place from Quentin Chauvetot. And Quentin Chauvetot's under attack from Colin Dunn as the touch. There's a touch. All 3 cars are off. Oh no! Stop! Gagio, stop! Get it going guys, get it going. Dunn has obviously profited from that. Obviously a victim, but Dan Collins might have a run on him into the chicane. With Young having a look around the outside. It's not going to work there though. Young thinks better of it. Dunn is now on the attack on Collins as they go down towards Shaw's Bend. Does Dunn have enough momentum? He does. So Dan Collins is in 7th. Colin Dunn is in 6th. But Greg Young in 8th place there. Greg Young wants more. I think Dan Collins wants some more too. So these guys are going for round 2 as Dan Collins looks towards the outside to get the better entry. It's a long corner is this. You need to keep the speed up. These cars don't have 1,000 brake horsepower. Momentum is everything. So Colin Dunn has a nice, neat, tight line. Dan Collins takes it all the way to the outside, so he's carrying more speed. You can see that as he's got a slight overlap into the chicane. He carries more speed in. Is it enough to get alongside towards Shaw's? It's not. Does Dunn defend? He does not. Greg Young sees that. He goes down the inside of Dan Collins. And, oh, he just touches Dan and sends the rear around, but he's got the move done anyway. Dan Collins drops another place to Greg Young. Greg Young now up into 7th is going to go chasing after Dunn. What on earth made that happen? How did Young... Oh, Young hasn't. They're side by side again. I'm going to flick back because Colin Dunn's going to get away if these two keep battling like this. And we have Kiki Mack right on the back of Greg Young now. Toe to toe, and we have a swap up ahead. Nathan Birch and Mark Baker going toe to toe for 4th place. Birch was behind, he's now ahead. Is this payback for race 2? Is this what we're seeing? Is Mark just letting him go? Let him get ahead of Drew White, who's having a stonking race. Still up in 3rd place on the 8th lap of this race. DNF in race 1, DNF in race 2, but Drew is having a stonking race now. Absolutely fantastic to see. Started on pole, and he is still in 3rd place. How long can he hold it? JP McKinley is in 2nd place, and he is chasing Jamie Buchanan, who's in 1st place. I think a gambit was played there, and Jamie Buchanan is playing it beautifully. Now, Colin Dunn and Dan Collins and Greg Young. Colin Dunn seems to have walked away ever so slightly here. I don't think Colin's under any pressure at the moment, but Greg Young shows himself in the mirror. He's alongside Dan Collins now. Dan Collins has got a little overlap, but not enough. Not enough. Has Greg Young done it? What's Kiki Mack going to say? Oh my word. I thought we were going to be 3 wide, but we're not. We're 2 by 2. We are 2 by 2 into Shaw's Bend. Kiki Mack may have just lost a place there. Has Kiki Mack just lost a place to Luke Wiggins? It looks like he maybe. No. Kiki Mack carried more speed. But, more importantly, Dan Collins has lost a place to Greg Young. Greg Young got that job done. That's important. That's for race position. Does Dan Collins have anything? Does he have an answer? What's going to happen with Kiki Mack now? Is Kiki Mack going to start attacking Dan? Is Dan going to walk away? Oh, Dan goes a little bit wide there. That's going to slow him down. Does Kiki have enough pace to get down the inside? It looks like it. We're down the inside in the chicane. A little bit of a bump there. Dan tucks right back in underneath. So Dan's unfortunately dropped another position, but Kiki Mack now. Kiki Mack is now going to be on the back of Greg Young. Into Shaw's Bend they go. Dan tries to carry as much pace around the outside as he can to try and close up that gap. As we see times from the top few, White is now down into 5th as Baker has got past. Birch has got past. A little bit of a gap between these two now. Very little between them though. We have still got 7 minutes 40, an extra lap. And JP McKinley's not found first place yet. There's still a second to go. Jamie Buchanan is doing a fantastic race here. Played that gambit absolutely perfectly. And Drew White. Go on, sir. Absolutely brilliant to see you up in 5th place there. After the 2 DNFs, absolutely warranted to show what you can do. And let's see it all. Greg Young now. Seems to be under attack from Kiki Mack ever so slightly, but I think there's more pressure on Mack from Collins. Ever so slightly. A little bit further back we have Bart's and Eels down in 14th. Unfortunately, we saw some great racing from Bart, but unfortunately it came to a head in race 2. Collins and Bart made some contact. Bart doesn't seem to have had the best of luck in this race. Race 1 he did a sterling job, but he could be quite close to Rick shortly, so we'll keep an eye on that. There might be a battle evolving there. In terms of battle that's evolving, right, grab your popcorn. This is on for first place. We have Jamie Buchanan under attack from JP McKinley. This is the other way around for JP this time. JP's been the one under attack, and now he gets to do the attacking. How's this going to turn out? Celtic Bromance versus Dunn Motorsport, with 939 Corsa right behind, and right behind them it's AJR Motorsport. And what's happened to Jamie? Jamie lagged again. Stop lagging, Jamie. I can't take the pressure. Stop it. Just battle. Just battle. That's enough pressure, intensity for me. I can't take any more than that. JP McKinley's looking around the outside of the exit. All the pace. All the pace. Jamie's on the inside. He's got to defend. He's got to keep the pace. Just like that. Take all the space. But he's got to be careful on the inside for Shaws. Cover Shaws. Cover Shaws. No, he's not covering it. He's not covering it, but he's good enough on the brakes. Or is he? Or is he? He locks the handbrake. Tries the switchback. He's got the switchback. That's the first time in like 5 attempts we've seen the switchback. But is it enough? Does he have the pace? Round Devil's Elbow they come. Down towards Gerrard's. He's done it. Is he? No. Yeah. No. That's the switchback, ladies and gentlemen. That is the switchback. Jamie Buchanan, the first person to get the switchback done at Mallory Park around Shaw's. Bravo. Bravo. But JP McKinley, he's on the inside again. He's on the inside. Down to the chicane they come. Buchanan has nothing. Has nothing to do here, just to slot in and try and go down the inside. And he's done it! He switched back again! JP McKinley didn't see that coming, but he's defending now. He's given Jamie no option but to go around the outside again, but Jamie did this last time. He can't do it this time because he's got Birch right behind now. Birch is joining the fray. Mark Baker's right there too. We have 4.5 minutes and an extra lap. 4.5 minutes and an extra lap. McKinley seems to have got a little bit of space because Buchanan's now having to look in his mirrors. He's now having to look behind. And as you can see right there in the mirror at the top, that's exactly what Jamie Buchanan is seeing. Birch is all over the back of this Dunn Motorsport car. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And as the camera goes haywire, I want to get you on board. Oh, there's a rear view shot. That's absolutely lovely. We are looking at Birch through the rear window as he goes along the inside, around the outside. Oh, they touched ever so slightly. Buchanan's lagged. Come on, Buchanan. What? He's back. He's back. Oh man. But Buchanan. Oh. What's it like for Birch? Birch is sat there and having to deal with this lad. But more importantly, McKinley's getting away. 7 tenths, 7.5 tenths. Like, what is going on? What is Birch looking at right now? There's the view. There's the view from Birch. You can see Mark Baker in the mirrors, but that's what Birch is looking at. Guys, what are you thinking about this? Chat, tell me what you're thinking. Birch is having to go around the outside again. He's got no choice. Mark closes right up in the braking zone, but he just doesn't have the pace. Birch doesn't have the pace around the outside. 2 minutes, 3/4, 1 lap. JP McKinley's getting away. There's a second now. There is a second to JP McKinley. We've seen all this before. Many times. We have a battle further down. Bart Neals. I said we'd watch out for this. I promised we did. And Bart Neals is now overtaking Rick Wales. There you go. For you, FRT said 69. For you, we're watching Bart Neals overtaking Rick Wales. That's all for you. So now we are 3 people fighting. Buchanan has lost the place to Baker and to Birch. Birch is on the outside into Shaw's. We've seen this. Oh no! Oh no! There's contact. Buchanan's off. Buchanan's off. There was a mistake. I think Birch went over the curb. Very nice pass indeed. FRTZ, all for you, mate. Bart, fantastic driver. We love to see that kind of racing. We're really doing. It's nice to see that we've got some supporters on here for all the teams. But what on earth happened there? That's all. That settled it. We have McKinley in first, 2 seconds ahead. We have Birch with almost a second to Baker now, and Buchanan. Buchanan is all the way down in 8th. Oh my! Just a little bit of contact and it's ruined it all. I was really enjoying that. Meanwhile, we have Collins. Dan Collins and Chauvetot. They're in a bit of a battle. And Dan Collins has got traffic to deal with. Up ahead, Drew White is under pressure from Kiki Mack. Kiki Mack, again, Kiki supposed to have pace, but not quite made it happen because everybody else has got pace too, believe it or not. This is a really tight grid and very well driven by everybody, apart from a slight mistake which unfortunately sees Buchanan back there in the distance. If you saw the green and blue car there, such a shame, a real shame to end the race like that. But Kiki, have you got anything? Have you got anything for Drew White? Up ahead, Colin Dunn having a very lonely race in 4th place. A very lonely race, but I'm sure he's happy to be in 4th. You know, leading the Dunn Motorsport team at the moment. McKinley, what can you say? He made the early move, got ahead nice and quickly, and kept it there. And this is going to be his turn. Birch, I don't know whether he can make 2 seconds in a lap, surely not. Because this could be the final lap as we come across the line. JP McKinley does start the final lap. Birch coming across, followed by Mark Baker. Birch seems to have lapped slightly faster there. A 52.9 versus a 53.1. So I don't think we're going to see another change for the top 3. Meanwhile, Kiki Mack and Drew White, still a little bit of distance between them. Still a little bit between Collins and Chauvetot, but that is bridgeable in a lap. That could be done. Does Chauvetot want 10th place, or is Collins too determined to hang on to it? We're going to find out, because this battle, we're going to stay on board. We're going to stay on board with this for just a little while longer, because I think that Dan Collins might have enough of a gap. He's got 5 tenths, but does he have enough in this hairpin? We're going to find out here, because JP McKinley has come across the line already, and it seems like Dan Collins might have that done. So JP McKinley, your race winner for race number 3 of the second round at Mallory Park. Birch in second, Baker in third. Colin Dunn comes across the line in 4th. Greg Young comes across in 5th, with Drew White finishing in 6th. Very well done, Drew. Glad to see you finish your race and in 6th place as well. That's really good going. Kiki Mack in 7th. Luke Wiggins, the Gambit didn't play off this time, in 8th. Jamie Buchanan unfortunately dropping down into 9th place. Dan Collins did well to hang on to that 10th place. Quentin Chauvetot finishes the race in 11th. Bart Sneels in 12th, just coming across the line, with Gaggio right behind in 13th. And Rick Wales already finished a lap down in 14th, with Zerdum a lap down also, but not yet finished. Maybe run out of fuel there. And we've got Adam Bent in the pits. And Sibron Stoll, unfortunately, did not finish the race. So we are going to jump out of this. I'm going to try and grab a word with JP McKinley and Nathan Birch. And, you know, I might have a chat as well with Jamie Buchanan if I can find Jamie Buchanan in the chat. So let me just ask Nathan Birch and JP McKinley and see if we can find Jamie B. Is it Jamie B? I think it's Jamie B. I'm hoping so, because, you know, this is the thing with Discord. You can have nicknames and you never know who is who, but I am absolutely stoked for that. It was very, very exciting for so long, and it all just fell apart in the last few minutes. So, guys, give us your thoughts. How was that for you? Were you as excited as me? Have any of you guys got a voice left? I'm over the moon to be able to commentate on that, to see such good racing, be able to get so excited for it. It is, without a doubt, it is absolutely fantastic racing, and hats off to these guys for giving it all they can. It was absolutely fantastic. So I think we've got a few drivers with us now. Welcome to the chat once again, Nathan Birch and JP McKinley, and welcome for the first time tonight, Jamie Buchanan. Absolutely stunning racing there. It was an absolute pleasure to watch. But yeah, you've finally got your win, JP. Give us your thoughts.
Finally. Get in. Yeah. That's a lot. Like, as I said before, like, my favorite races are the third races, because you just don't know what's gonna be thrown at you. And like the first lap at the hairpin, I looked at the radar and all I could see was cars, and I was like, at that point you just you gotta go for a gap that may appear, and just hope for the best kind of thing, and just be as careful as you can. And I think, I can't remember who it was, but me and I can't remember, was it the guy, what do you call the guy that won the last race?
That'd be Nathan Birch. He's also joining us.
Mark won the last race, didn't he?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think
Nathan won the first one.
Yeah, I think it was me and Mark that made our way up through the pack pretty handily. I don't know how Birchie got up or not, but yeah, we just made our way up through the pack, and then thankfully the guys that I was catching and passing, they were like holding up Birchie and everybody else that was like that I was saying were faster than me, so they were actually helping me out, which is great. But yeah, it's just a matter of like trying to do as many quali laps as I could, just to try and catch the fields in front, and then just be safe as possible, just overtake them, and then just hang on for the last couple of laps, because I know Birchie and all, he was coming. I get to see in the radar, it was like down to 2 seconds with like 4 minutes to go, and I was like, oh, not again.
Well, to be honest, it was a lot closer than that for quite a while, actually, Nathan, wasn't it? I mean, an almighty battle towards the end of it, which fizzled out in dramatic fashion, leaving you to chase down for first place. I mean, what were your thoughts on the last few laps there? Is there anything more you could have done?
No, I was pushing as hard as I can, but the challenge of this track's that first corner. If you just run wide there, you lose so much time. So I'm happy with a first and 2 seconds today. So I was just taking it easy once I was in a clear second. But yeah, we had a bit of I think I clipped the curve on the chicane, and I think it caused a bit of confusion behind me. I'm not sure who spun out, but it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, managed to get through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were watching the intense battle. We saw for many, many laps you guys dicing and chasing each other and putting pressure on and making moves, attacking, defending. And yeah, in the chicane, it all came to a bit of an end in dramatic fashion. And unfortunately, Jamie Buchanan lost out in a very big way, because it looked like for a long time you might actually be able to challenge for the win here. I mean, just walk us through how you're feeling, and just give us your thoughts on the first few laps of this race?
I saw basically got clean off the line, got through the first corner. I just wanted to try and, just claw as many people back as I could, being quite far down the grid. A few incidents ahead of me, and I got through clean. I think after the first lap, I was up to fourth. I knew I could catch the guys in front, and I was just hoping the really fast guys at the back were having a bit of a struggle to get through. Eventually got through quite clean into the lead, and then just started putting consistent laps in. But obviously the faster guys clearly caught up to us, and I started feeling the pressure with about 3 minutes to go. And it kind of all got to me in that last chicane there, where I had a bit of an incident, which is a bit of a shame, but it's racing, it's a bit of fun. Nobody died, so all good.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shame, but the racing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, when you guys were all 4x4 and everything like that, and I mean, from everything sort of like sixth all the way up to the front, it was incredibly tight racing, incredibly close and good racing as well. I mean, just walk us through what racing like that feels like for each of you.
For me, it's quite new. I'm quite new to the whole, sim racing scene. I've only been sim racing for about 5 months, maybe. I've raced in a few individual events, but this close racing really tests your mental awareness, and just being a bit cautious when you're racing other people, because you don't want to ruin other people's races. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this. But yeah, it was a bit 3 minutes to go, and I think I was leading. It was the shaky leg syndrome, as we call it in the RC world, when you're leading.
And how about yourself, Nathan and JP?
Yeah, that's what this space is all about, VRCC. This is my third series I've done now, and each series just seems to be getting closer and closer racing. But you don't know how I feel it after 3 18-minute races. So I'm feeling pretty tired now. It's just immense concentration, so making sure you don't spoil someone else's race. That's the main concern when I'm racing other people, is you want to race hard and fair, but I don't want to ruin someone else's night that they practiced all week for. So yeah, it's all good fun.
Yeah, I think I started sim racing back in February last year. It was purely because of the lockdown and all that there. But I'm really glad I took it up, because I wouldn't have the opportunity to do this in real life. I just don't have the bank balance. But when you're racing as close as what we're racing tonight, it's great. It's like a little adrenaline rush. I love it, and especially if nobody gets taken out or killed or whatever, it's a bonus as well. It's great. Plus you make friends along the way as well, so happy days.
Well, this is it. It's all about that community. But thank you very much for all of the racing tonight, guys. We have caught as much as we could. It's been a real pleasure to commentate on these set of races tonight. So thank you all, and I'll let you enjoy your night and go get your celebrations done and reflect.
That's the job. Where's my champagne?
Thanks, guys.
Righto. Thank you. See you.
Good night, guys. So yeah, there we have it. Wow. FRTZ 69. Yeah. Exciting racing and a half. I very much agree with you there, and it was very, very enjoyable for me to commentate as well. And I'm sure the racers will agree when they look back through this. It was a very nice effort, and thank you all for joining this, for joining me on this new experience for me. Commentating is a new thing that I'm doing. Just while the elbow recovers, I hope to be racing again sometime soon. But more importantly, if you guys want to race, if you guys want to come join us, get on track, see whether or not you can go touch to this. You heard from Jamie Buchanan there. He's been racing about 4 months, and he's just joined us recently, and he's doing this well in the community already. I mean, you've got the links up at the top of the screen. Just get yourself over there and say hi. What do I need to do to start racing? We'll give you all the information you need. I would love to have you all on board. More important than that, if you have enjoyed the stream tonight, please click that heart icon down below, follow the channel. It really does help me, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follows today. Thank you very much for the comments in the chat. I've really enjoyed having you part of this. and we will see you next week. We are doing round 3, and I hope to be covering a different group again. So it will be Group B, and I think they're alongside, if I just confirm it, I think they might be alongside Group C again. So we might be seeing more of them. Let me just double check if I jump into our announcements page and scroll a little further up. So Group 3, yes, so we'll be seeing B and C. So we'll be seeing more of Group C. They get a lot of airtime, to be fair. But I think we're racing like that is thoroughly deserved. Absolutely thoroughly deserved. So we'll see Ross McGregor. We'll see John Monroe. We'll see Jörg Sturber, Kev Straw. We'll see Toby Owen. Toby Owen's going to be there. He organises all of this. He's in Group B. Going to be fantastic racing next weekend. And hi there. Right, sir. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Thank you for the racing today. It was a little bit less exciting than winning the lottery, but a lot more exciting than being at the side of a racetrack. Yeah, it was really, really good racing, and thank you so much for that. It was very thoroughly entertained until it all fell apart at the end there. Unfortunately, it spread everyone out a bit, and I don't think there was any chance of continuing battles there, but that's racing. You gave us enough enjoyment in race 2 and race 3, and race 1 was absolutely fantastic until the game bugged out. Yeah, thank you all for joining me. And in terms of stream tonight, I am going to call it a night there. I've got to be early again in the morning. It's odd working a night shift and then starting at 6 again the next morning, but there you go. Yeah, we will end the stream there and see you next week. Again, same night, same time. Tell all your friends, follow the channel. There's more social media links at the bottom if you want to follow the team pages and the social media. There's a lot going on at the moment. If you're around on Sunday, for example, VTCC time. If you want to know what that's about, we'll just have a look at this. So guys, there's a little montage video of the championships we run. If you do want to get involved, go up top. If you want to follow AJR Motorsport, all at the bottom. If you want to tune in to the VTCC, where we will have Trev Hummer, Tobias Eriksson, and Roy Grassi all competing for more points. We have Tobias and Trev in the AM Championship, doing all they can for the team, and Roy Grassi going solo in Pro. All 3 drivers doing an amazing job. Check them out this Sunday on the VRCC YouTube channel, Virtual Racing Car Club, as you can see right there. The next time Mark will be on track, Rietza down there giving us a comment. That will be next Friday night as we do round 3. He does stream his races. I will be, of course, doing Group B rather than Group A. So, yeah, I will share Mark's YouTube on the links below. And we will see you all there. Thank you so much for watching. Well done, Mark, for all your racing tonight. It's been a pleasure. And, yeah, enjoy your night, guys.